Hi there, welcome back to my views and news. Another video with new stories, mainly from Ethiopia. Firstly, Fano. North Gondar Fano groups have remained largely dormant in the past few months, and people have been accusing them of being in some sort of secret alliance with the government. But it seems that now some North Gondar Fano groups are showing that they are part of the Fano platforms and they're carrying out attacks. Some attacks in the last 40 to 70, 48 to 72 hours by Fano groups in North Gondar zone. Secondly, businessmen, investors, wealthy people are receiving threats. They are receiving calls. They are being told to pay money, extortion in the capital. Yes, Addis Ababa. Thirdly, Turkish weapons have been captured in the Amhara region. Hundreds of Turkey made guns have been captured in the Amhara region. Arms proliferation is a serious challenge for security forces in the region. Who supplied these weapons? Who was sending these weapons to who sent these weapons to the Amhara region? And who were the recipients? Where did military capture this arms shipment? Firstly, viewers, first new story is about Gondar Fano. Uh, Largely, we can divide Gondar Fano into broad groups: South Gondar Fano, North Gondar Fano. Though within the South and North Gondar Fano, there are several Fano units operating under different names. South Gondar Fano has been working in collaboration with Gojam Fano. At a video of I told you about joint attack by South Gondar Fano and Gojam Fano at Tis Abbey. Military claims it has repelled the attack, and Tis Abbey is under military control, a strategic area, tourist area. So and we know that Bahirdar operations were also jointly conducted by South Gondar Fano and Gojam Fano. North Gondar Fano has remained largely dormant. But within the last 72 hours, some attacks have been carried out by North Gondar Fano groups against Ethiopian military. Clashes being confirmed to us in North Gondar in more than one locations. Close to Gondar city, around 30 kilometers away from Gondar city, a Fano group carried out an attack on Ethiopian military. In Beida, there was an attack on military by North Gondar Fano groups. Three attacks by North Gondar Fano groups in the last 72 hours close to Gondar. But still, no major attack by top Fano commanders. Though Massafin spoke 2 days ago, 3 days ago, he said that he sacrificed his son for this Amhara resistance movement and that this fight will go on. People are sharing false information about his group. Other North Gondar main Fano group leaders are silent mainly, but we must not forget that North Gondar Fano is going to be a key player now when the government is planning to break the deadlock between Tigray and Amhara regions over Volkai Thumera. If Colonel Demagizadu refuses to accept federal government introduced arrangement, if he refuses to withdraw from Volkai Thumera Sagede, or if he asks Fano groups to support him, North Gondar Fano would then be the most important most important Fano faction. So If Damak Zadu decides to oppose federal government's decision, obviously he'll join hands with North Gondar Fano. And North Gondar Fano will then push towards maybe Volkai Thumara Sagre. So that is why we cannot say that North Gondar Fano has decided to strike an agreement with the military, with the government, though we know that Yamabi's wife, Zinash Tacho, is from Gondar. She has been contacting Fano groups through Gondar elders. Gondar elders' role is also suspicious. Some accuse them of being pro-government. Too early to say, but it seems that now gradually Gondar front is becoming a little busy. A little. I wouldn't say that there is large-scale fighting in and around Gondar, in North Gondar, around Gondar city, but things seem to be changing a little. We'll monitor the situation and then share updates with you. Secondly, viewers, businessmen in Ethiopia, investors are receiving threats, calls for extortion. Money is being demanded from these wealthy businessmen and investors. Calls from unknown numbers, from strangers, investors, businessmen, not only based in Amhara and Roma regions, but also in Addis Ababa, the capital city. They are receiving threats and they are being told to pay money. By the way, both Ola and Fano groups are accused of being involved in extortion of money. And Skandanaga 2 days ago, when he spoke and when he announced the formation of Amhara Fano People's Army, he criticized businessmen who are minting money, who are not supporting Fano struggle. In Oromia, two people accuse the Oromo Liberation Army that Ola collects taxes. People, companies, businesses, factories have to pay taxes to the Oromo Liberation Army. So where is the government, by the way, if Ola and Fano are collecting taxes and businessmen have to pay taxes to Ola and Fano? It means that government is nowhere to be seen, not just in Amhara, but also in Addis Ababa, the regional, the federal capital. Police says that if businessmen pay money to these criminal elements, police cannot do anything. And by the way, people are scared. You know what happened in Wanji sugar factory. Workers, I think, were kidnapped by an armed group. Ransom was demanded. The family members of the victims told police, and then the victims were killed. That is why people are scared. They want to protect their loved ones, so they silently pay the money. And that is how these armed groups are operating silently and minting money in both Amhara, Oromia, and now they are penetrating Addis Ababa, the capital, as well. Thirdly, was proliferation of weapons, of arms, is now a key issue in the Amhara region. Weapon shipments are pouring into the Amhara region. Who is making money? Who is supplying weapons to groups in Amhara? Obviously, these weapon shipments are meant for Fano groups. Fano groups are in need of weapons. And some prosperity party backed activists have been claiming that groups and individuals in Tigray are transporting weapons to Fano groups in Amhara, and that individuals and groups in Tigray are making money. It's business for them. It's not that TPLF or Tigray interim government has officially decided to arm to support Fano groups, but there are some elements, maybe part of the government or maybe not part of the government, which are involved in weapon smuggling from Tigray into Amhara. Two vehicles have been captured in the last 2 to 3 months. Vehicles reportedly departed Tigray, entered Amhara region carrying weapons. One vehicle carried wireless communication devices, but the vehicles were intercepted by security forces and weapons were captured. We know that Ethiopia Sudan border is also a very hot spot for arms smuggling. Arms smugglers from Yemen through the sea transport weapons into Sudan, and from there, the weapons are sold to the customers on Sudan Ethiopia border. Customers are rapid support forces, other militias in Sudan, tribal militias in Sudan, and maybe groups in Ethiopia too. If they have access to Sudan, obviously they can buy weapons from Sudanese soil. Now, Turkish weapons have been captured in Ethiopia. The weapon shipment was on its way from Varata towards Gondar when it was intercepted. A vehicle intercepted by security forces. 249 Turkey made guns were captured by security forces in this operation. So, three weapon shipments captured in the past a few weeks. It means that there could be hundreds of weapon shipments delivered to the customers. Who are the customers? Mainly Fano groups. Weapon shipments are pouring into the Amhara region, it seems, from different parts of Ethiopia and from maybe from neighboring countries as well. Fano fighters have several sources of arms procurement. They are acquiring arms from Ethiopian National Defense Force. Maybe some elements in Tigray and Sudan are also arming, selling weapons to the groups in the Amhara region. Thank you for watching.